Ever been told it's gonna take years, maybe even a decade, to make video editing a full-time career? Then you, my friend, might have been misled. Because in today's video, I'm gonna break down how you, a potential beginner video editor, can go from where you're at right now to a complete professional making thousands of dollars a month in only just 4 weeks. We're gonna break it down how a stage 1 beginner with a couple video editing skills but no idea how to turn this into a career can follow this 4-week plan and end up with a full-time profitable video editing career. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So what is freelancing? Now, freelancing is going to be different to a traditional career path. You're not going to have someone guaranteeing your income every month, which makes it a highly unpredictable career path. Some people come and they get very stressed out because they're always, hunting for their next job. We've talked previously about things you can do to mitigate that risk, like landing long-term recurring clients, etc. But overall, the freelancing game is going to be a very competitive market that you're getting into. You should be very aware of that, and you should understand that your preliminary early months are going to be a hustle. They're going to be a grind. Your strengths and passions in terms of what kind of content you want to be creating will play a part. Let's give some first-hand examples. We have some people inside my community, Video Production Plus, who by no fault of their own accidentally choose the wrong niche, and we need to steer them in a different direction. Now, what does the wrong niche consist of? Let's go ahead and use gaming, for example. The gaming niche is something that a lot of people have fun editing. They are a natural gamer themselves. They want to edit gaming content, but your typical person who's a gaming content creator is maybe living at home with their parents. They likely don't have the craziest, business mind, etc. And there probably aren't many revenue streams to actually facilitate paying a content creator other than their AdSense revenue, etc. So that would be a bad niche. What would be a better niche, for example? Why don't we pick someone who actually has a product to sell? For example, I have real estate clients. My real estate clients sell a $5,000 a year mastermind. They close between 5 and 15 new clients a month. It's pretty easy to pitch them on making more content because they know that more content equals more sales, which equals even more people coming through their program. That is a much easier sell than, let's say, a gamer sat in his mom's bedroom that just wants to get a bit of attention on his Fortnite clips. Let's talk about setting up shop. First off, we'll talk about creating an impressive profile. Now, the place that I'm pushing most of my students to today is Twitter. Twitter is undeniably the single best place you guys can be landing clients, but it's not only Twitter, it's really social media. When I was landing music video clients, business clients to go film a promo video for a car dealership or a gym, etc., 99% of them were coming through social media. My personal brand. I had an Instagram account. I would post behind the scenes content of anything I went to film. I would post client testimonials, etc. And I was doing one thing, positioning myself as an expert. A healthy profile on the internet can do nothing but good things for you. Shout out to Pranav, one of our hustlers who crushed the Twitter method, absolutely killed it. Shout out to Sasha, who crushed the Twitter method. Shout out to Nico, who's absolutely dominated the Twitter method, a 17-year-old kid. After a month and a half, he's making over $5,000 a month. He was making under $500 when he joined VP Plus a couple months ago, right? A month ago, I think it was. That's all because of a impressive portfolio on the internet. We won't dive into the exact tactics they're using, because obviously that's in VP Plus, but 100% these people are leveraging social media to their benefit and massively growth hacking their socials to get eyeballs on their content. Before we continue with the video, guys, I want to make sure you're aware that we just dropped our biggest update yet for Video Production Plus. The VP Plus wiki has officially been rolled out. Content has been organized like never before. Finally, we take you directly to the assets that are going to provide the most value to you, whether it be landing more clients and income, improving your editing skills, networking and becoming part of a team, or even build a team of editors and scale your video production business into an agency. We've got you covered. Massive case studies are being built out here for the success stories that we're seeing inside VP Plus. Take what's working for them. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. We've also got all of our video editing assets and courses organized here perfectly. We've got our Start Freelancing Masterclass, which is 2 hours long, our full-time freelancers, an hour and a half, our Outreach Masterclass, 4.5 hours of pure value, 1,000+ digital assets, all of the other benefits that come with Video Production Plus, and most importantly, a 350+ member community to help you out, give you feedback, and essentially encourage you on this fantastic journey. Link down below, or go to videoproduction.plus, and I'll see you there. Now, a portfolio these days isn't the most intricate thing you could have, aka you don't need some massive catalog of 1,000 different projects. You really just need a landing page. We were just talking about Nico. Nico's Twitter profile converts the client. They can see his content. He's posting before and after videos, full projects, etc. You can clearly see his content. And then he simply has a landing page, which is like a sales page. You click it, you have a video intro of Nico. He's talking to the camera. He's explaining what he does in more detail and also positioning himself as an expert because he's on the screen editing the video, etc. You could see him. It's more personal. Then he simply has a call button and a little bit more information on what he does, and that's converting at the highest tiers of content. In fact, he's converted 2 of the biggest streamers in the world through this specific strategy. How you guys go about your portfolio is completely up to you, but I would 100% start pushing you more towards the idea of creating mass awareness and attention through social media, like my students are doing, and using that as your portfolio. I didn't have the most extensive portfolio. Yeah, I had a website like jackcolevideo.com, whatever, but my social media was the predominant portfolio, and my social media was really what was bringing people through the door. So the pitch is obviously the next thing. You guys have some social setup. You have some skills, obviously. What do you do about getting clients? How do you actually get them? One method, of course, is mass outreach. Another way is freelance websites. Another way is personal branding, like we've just talked about. There's a lot of different systems you guys can use to send clients to you. The tried and true formula for a new freelancer is to identify the places of interest. It would be freelance websites, Upwork, freelancer, YouTube jobs, etc. It would be actual direct outreach to influencers, whether that be DMs through social media or emails. And then alternatively, you guys can also be looking for opportunities to work with others. The idea of agencies. There are certain personality traits, usually the more extroverted creators, who are able to bring in loads of clients. You might be an incredible talent, but more of an introverted creative. You might actually see immense value in going and teaming up with an agency or another group of editors on the internet who are bringing in content through their personal brand and looking to outsource that to someone else for a cut. Nico, for example, has scaled so fast, he's now doing over $5,000 a month in revenue, and he's outsourcing a lot of the work to other people. He takes 25% of the revenue, he gives 75% of it to his editors, and they're very happy not having to go find that work themselves. But let's go ahead and put an outreach plan together. If you're a new freelancer, I would, one, make sure your socials are all set up looking beautiful. I would absolutely be rinsing the Twitter method, but I would also put an outreach plan together. What that looks like is 30 minutes of outreach on Upwork every day, maybe an hour of outreach to influencers through DM and email. Then maybe you put some content up on your social media that positions you as an expert, and you sprinkle all that into a day, and you just rinse and repeat Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday if you really want to get some results, and you watch that flourish. For me back in the day, I would have a routine. Usually there would be periods of hustle. So for example, if I was in demand and I had a lot of work coming to me, recommendations, etc., we wouldn't be doing outreach. But the second things slowed down, I would wake up, spam a bunch of proposals on Upwork. I would send a bunch of emails to potential clients. I would also have a look through Facebook and see if I could get myself some club clients where there were events that were happening. You guys know I used to film nightclubs every other weekend, some dodgy little basement venues all the way up to the highest echelons of the London nightlife scene. So that was an idea of what I was doing on a daily basis to outreach to clients. I want to go ahead and drop some game right now in terms of client management. We just talked a lot about my early days, right? So I was doing the clubs, I was outreaching on Upwork, etc. I worked with as many clients as I possibly could in the early days of my freelance career. I honestly wasn't compensated as much as I could have been for those jobs. I'll be the first one to hold my hand up and admit it. Now, what did I benefit from regardless of monetary gain? I benefited from a network, a track record, social proof that I could shove all over my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter, etc., and also repeat business. So people who I did a good job for would now come back to me. And eventually, if you've done 100 projects, there's a good 10, 15% of them who are going to come back to you, etc. And then you've got repeat business coming back to you. So 100%, the more you guys do up front, the more you're going to get down the road, the more recommendations, etc. Now we want to talk about scaling. So let's go ahead and assume you've landed a client or two, right? You've got some interest. Now, how do you expand on this? Number one, you want to make sure that you retain the client. If it's week 3, week 4 right now, and you've got someone who you're talking to, they've given you a shot at editing a piece of content for them, you want to make sure you manage that relationship efficiently. What are going to be some things that would help you manage the relationship? Instant responses. If someone reaches back out to you after an outreach to them, you shouldn't keep them waiting 5 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours. You should be having notifications set up on your phone. It should tell you the second that they reached out to you, and you should be punctual and responsive to actually close that deal. Things that can help is calls. You can get someone on a call and you can talk them through what they actually need. Now remember, a sales call isn't a hustle. Come on a call with them, ask them questions. What kind of videos are you looking for? What has been your experience with your editors so far? What's something you would like more of? What price range are you looking to get this content made in? Once you've gotten the data from the questions you've asked them, you then put a deal together for them that makes sense based on the questions you've just asked them. You don't have to come up with the perfect offer. You literally just have to talk to them, whether it be over the DM or on a call. On a call is always going to be more personal, which makes them feel more comfortable with you, etc. And overall, that's how you guys are going to put together a package. we're going to now go into scaling even further, right? You could also look at, okay, well, maybe I've closed a client, but maybe it wasn't for as much money as I would have wanted. So you might look at, okay, well, how can I increase my prices? Maybe you can do the same level of quality, but you target a higher echelon of client, or potentially you upskill. You look at the market, you say, okay, what's really in demand effects right now? Okay, while motion graphics are crushing it. Okay, animations with After Effects are absolutely knocking edits out the park. It takes an edit to the next level. All of these things are possibilities for upskilling, and upskilling comes with more cash. The tried and true rule is usually get in demand and then look to increase your prices. So if you've only got one client and you're hustling for the next, stick to your current prices, get some guaranteed recurring income, and then once you're in demand, you can then start increasing those prices. Now, you're going to be dealing with challenges, no doubt. Navigating tricky client relationships in the video editing world is going to be natural. You're going to have people who are a bit annoying. They're sending you pages of feedback. At 4:32, change this. At 2 seconds and 15, change this. At this. You're not trapped in the role. You could always cancel it. However, it's a better idea to eat it up front, to get through those kind of initial annoying clients, and then make it through to the promised land, so to speak. You might have a client that's really annoying, but you have no other clients knocking on the door. Is it a good idea to go your separate ways and now have no clients? No, that's definitely not a good idea. You should manage the tricky clients up front until you get into a position where you're in demand. Then you can double your prices, triple your prices, whatever you want to do to those clients, because you don't care if they leave, and you can just start working with your new clients and everything's happy. I've told this story many times, but back in the day when I was hitting the club circuit nonstop with event recaps after movies, there was a couple guys who were promoters who I didn't really like. Eventually, I got in demand and I didn't need to go and film their gigs. So I simply told them one day, listen, the prices have doubled. I'm sorry I'm in demand, but if you want to work with me, it's going to be more than it was before. And they actually paid it. Now, the situation there that had the power for me was even if they said no, I didn't want to work with them. So it was a way of phasing them out. Hunt for the good clients. They do exist. That is a 4-week roadmap that you guys can take to be a full-time freelance video editor. I hope you guys maybe, took some notes, etc. Maybe you want to go back, replay, take a couple notes down, jot some Google Docs together. If you guys enjoyed, I want to encourage you to sign up to Video Production Plus, my private members community. As you guys saw in the middle of the video, the wiki we're putting together. I'm also going to go ahead and suggest another video to you. This right here is a bad boy. It's a perfect continuation from this video. If you enjoyed this, you're going to absolutely love this video right here. It's a banger. Click it, and I'll see you there. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to jump off the screen. See you there.